Let's think over something. Our lineage has existed for hundreds of years, even thousands of years. Members of our lineage were born and lived in times of certain historical events. It does not depend on us. It is something that happens around us, maybe a coronavirus or a war or some other event. And when our relatives are involved in these actions, naturally, they have certain experiences and something happens to them. It happens that various political events naturally affect a person's economic condition. Now, think about your relatives. What political events did they live through? What did they have to go through? My relatives lived through 2 world wars. Since my relatives are from Russia, they survived decommunization, when the country took away all people's possessions. Imagine, people worked, lived on very fertile land. Of course, they worked hard, so they had cows, horses, and their own farm. But the young Soviet government came in and said, "You're too prosperous. It's against communism. We will take from you what you have." A large family with lots of children was put in freight cars with no water, no belongings, no food, and those cars went to Siberia. If you look at the map to see the size of Russia, you will see how big it is. It took 2 whole weeks for a trainload of people to get to Siberia. It wasn't opened once. People were not given food, water, or fresh air. When the train arrived at its point of destination, and these cars were opened, of course, a lot of people were already dead. My relatives had 3 children who died on this trip. Imagine, people who had lived on fertile black earth that was like butter, greasy, were brought to rocky red soil that gave birth to nothing. What did they feel? It was the attitude toward money that was being formed in the first place. We were well off. We had money, and we were punished for it. It means money is bad. The family lived for several generations with this pain in the soul. And this pain formed the natural rejection of money subconsciously. Eventually, when I was born and grew into adulthood, I saw that money does not stay in our lineage. It was disappearing. I had to spend several years praying, asking for forgiveness from the spirit of money. I asked forgiveness for my whole lineage, for all the wrongdoings of my family, so that the power of money would return to my lineage. Now I can say that everyone in my lineage lives comfortably, and the spirit of the lineage loves everyone very much, and the spirit of money loves everyone very much. I ask you to think now, what events your lineage had to go through? War, resettlement, losses, as I have now told you about my lineage. And now feel with your heart what pain, what conditions have remained in your lineage. Now you will understand where many of the fears, many of the limitations and blocks that you feel come from. I can hear your questions perfectly well. What to do? It's not my fault. Yes, there is an opportunity to fix these things. If you say that you are the elder of your lineage, if you're willing to pray to the spirit of money and ask for forgiveness, like I did, then in the same way, you can make your lineage prosper. Now the question is, how do we do it? Okay, here's the video that you're watching. Here's your heart that's beating and feeling. Yes, I can do that too. And here's my hand. Take it. I am calling you over here to stand next to me. I am calling you to a shamanic mystery, the same I was performing. Come, let us save your lineage. And let us learn to be friends with the spirit of money.
It's important not only to study, but also to practice the acquired knowledge in a circle of like-minded people. We invite you to join the company of loving, open, happy people in our classes and seminars.